presenting on our project about EEG patterns and mental tasks.
First, we will introduce our aims of research. Our research problem is how does migraine and different mental tasks affect the EEG patterns in high school students. We'll introduce what's migraine and EEG patterns later. And our hypothesis is the EEG patterns of migraine subjects will exhibit abnormalities during specific tasks.
And some background knowledge for you. So what's EEG? An EEG is a test used to evaluate the electrical activity in the brain. Brain cells communicate with each other through electrical impulses, and EEG can be used to help detect potential problems associated with this activity. The test tracks and records brainwave patterns. The brain activity is sent to a connected device. So what do different EEG signals mean? There are a total of 5 EEG signals, and they stand for different things that you can just read from the slide. And the possible relationship between EEG and mental task and migraine. Migraine is actually a throbbing headache that affects one side of the head, and it is a disabling illness that causes some absence from school and affect the quality of life. It has also been stated that headache may represent an epileptic event. EEG abnormality is a prominent finding in children with migraine. EEG also changes with different mental tasks being performed based on the task's difficulty, and beta waves is a main wave which may cause stress during a difficult task and which may lead to the migraine. Methodology. We have sent out a survey to the school to find out more perspectives of the students' population, like what they think migraine is, and just have some knowledge on research. Also, we have a control experiment, and in the control experiment, both migraine and non-migraine subjects will go through a series of activities for about 30 minutes, and they'll be asked to wear Muse headband to record down the EEG activities. Like during the experiment, they're asked to do a few tasks, and a questionnaire will be used at the end of the experiment to collect data for classification. There's an uncontrolled experiment as well. In this experiment's difference with the control experiment is that this is under natural environment without any supervision from the software we use. And
for data analysis, we're going to analyze our experimental data using Weka and JASP. Weka is a machine learning tool that can analyze data without being explicitly programmed, and JASP is a graphical analysis tool. We'll introduce these two softwares later.
Some things about our experiment details. For our survey results, many of the people correctly identified migraine as a throbbing headache, and count of how long eating migraine lasts. Many people think that it lasts an hour to a day. And as for the people who have migraine, when they are surveyed, they identified that the most common frequency is once in a month, and the duration is normally less than 2 hours.
The control experiment, purpose and overview. The purpose is to compare the EEG difference between the migraine and non-migraine subjects under normal conditions when performing the mental task of the same difficulty at the same time intervals. The process has been explained at the methodology part earlier on.
For the software and experiment flow, we use a software called Open Sesame. It is an open source graphical platform that can incorporate other softwares.
We use CyclePy for 2 special tests in the experimental flow of our control experiment. That is, embed test and stroop test. We program these tests to suit the needs of our experiment.
The 2 special method tasks we use inside the CyclePy is stroop. Stroop is basically the name colors of incompatible words, and it demonstrates the interference of reaction time in a task. For the second task, embed, you are supposed to indicate when the current stimulus matches the one from n steps earlier, and it assesses part of working memory and its capacity.
For hardware and data collection, we have firstly pulse sensor. Pulse sensor is a heart rate sensor for Arduino based on optoelectronic principles. In order to detect the pulse, that light is passed from one side of the finger, and the intensity of light received on the other side is measured using LDR, and this signal is transformed into an electrical signal that can be detected by the Arduino board.
Another hardware that we use is the
loses health so much. Uncontrolled experiment. The purpose is to compare the difference in EEG while resting or doing homework under a natural environment between the migraineurs and non-migraine subjects.
For the hardware in the uncontrolled experiment, we only use Muse headband we only use Android tablet for data collection and Muse headband for the recording of EEG. And part 4, we have data analysis. The first software is Weka. Weka is a collection of machine learning algorithms for data mining tasks. We use Weka for analysis of experimental data, including the EEG signal and heart rate, and investigate their correlation to different mental tasks and presence of migraine. And we also have JASP. JASP is an open source graphical program for statistical analysis. We will use JASP to analyze and visualize the data.
We have did some literature review, and some researchers on EEG and migraine show that there is an excess of slow activity in the delta or theta range over the posterior regions during the ictal phase, and there is no variation in EEG pattern and headache pre-interval. Another research showed that migraine abnormalities were significantly found in MECA, and neurofeedback is effective. Our researchers between EEG and connective activities, they show that the consciousness activity of arithmetic has better differentiation degree than that of abstract, which is why we chose to use the solidity pattern in our research. For the current progress of our project, we have programmed both the experiments, the Open Sesame and the PsychoPy mental task, and we did some research. We completed the forms and we have gathered the participants. And we are now currently waiting to collect back the human-informed consent form. And some challenges we face is we are trying to deepen our literature research, and we're trying to implement the PsychoPy experiment into the Open Sesame so that it can run as a full experiment. And we need to finalize instructions for the various components because the experiment is quite long and we need to make sure that the participants are clear on what they need to do. We also need to tidy up the various slides for the final presentation.
And for future plans, for experiment, we are planning to do it after EOIs. We will have to give out and collect the human consent forms and then start the controlled and uncontrolled experiment. And then we expect to finish our data collection during the holidays at the end of the year, and the data analysis will also occur during that period. And for our report and presentation, we're already working on our slides for presentation, and we will start the report after the UOIs. We plan to participate in SSEF 2017 and have already completed the forms required.